sure that you all are entertained.
Kanye West making some wild allegations in his newest song.
Yo, what up, y'all? I'm back with another video. Kanye is at it again. Or should I call him Ye? Or should I call him Yeezus? Or should I call him Yeezy? One of the many names that Kanye goes by, which everyone in this world seems to be entertaining, even though we know that Kanye has problems. I'm going to call him exactly what his mother named him, Kanye West. Yes, that is his name, and that is what we are going by, because he is at it again. He is now making headline news because he came out with a new video and a new song titled Cousins. If you haven't heard about this new song yet, then you will know that Kanye is stating some very iffy things about what he did with his cousin from the age 6. Yes, from the time they were aged 6 to 14. Kanye says, and this is by his description now, not mine. Kanye says that from the age of 6, his cousin, who is a male, who is actually locked up doing life right now because he unalived a pregnant woman years ago. Yes, Kanye's cousin unalived a pregnant woman years ago. And Kanye is saying that from age 6, they discovered some Playboy magazines in his parents' house. His father had, of course, the Playboy magazines, which were heterosexual magazines, but his mother had the different types of Playboy magazines. Those are his words. Kanye has also came out to say that his mother, Donda, his late mother Donda, who passed away years ago, was a lesbian, and that he actually caught her doing lewd acts with his baby sister. Yeah, exactly. The same thing that you're thinking is what I thought when I read this. And I'm not making any of this up. This is actually in the news. You can look it up. You can do your fact check and look this up. Kanye is accusing his mother of doing lewd acts with his younger sister. And so he says that the magazines he found in his mother's room were totally different from the magazines in his father's room. And so him and his cousin at the time, who were 6 years old. Now think about when you were 6. You weren't even thinking about sexual acts. Even if you came across the magazine, you were not thinking about doing any sexual acts. But Kanye seems to say that him and his cousin were so advanced at the age 6 that they saw these magazines, they went through the books, and they started performing the acts on each other. Kanye even goes in to say that he gave his cousin fellatio from age 6 to age 14. I'm not making any of this up, I swear. But I swear that he's making some of this up. I believe that Kanye needs attention. Kanye West needs attention. He was receiving a lot of attention years ago when he was just a producer, and he was on Rockefeller Records producing records for rappers like Jay-Z and so many other rappers like 2 Chainz, who was actually signed to his label, and Pusha T, who was actually signed to his label, Good Music Records. Yes, he was making hits for so many artists. But now that he is out of the limelight, now that no one is speaking about Kanye, I believe he feels the urge to go all out and act out. And in order for him to be in the spotlight, he has to come out with some of the craziest news, some of the craziest allegations. Like, for instance, loving Hitler. Yes, Kanye West has came out to say that he loves Hitler. I know. If you saw my previous video with him, you will see that he was dressed in an all black robe from head to toe. Kanye West was dressed in a KKK robe, a black robe, because he is a proclaimed black Nazi. That is what Kanye West is speaking about now. That is what Kanye West says he is now. he loves Hitler, he's a black Nazi, and he hates the Jews. But then he'll flip it and say that he loves the Jews, but he still loves Hitler. Make up your mind. Kanye West has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, but he is trying to say he is on the autism spectrum. That's what he's trying to say. He is trying to say that they have misdiagnosed him, which I don't know about that, because some of the personalities we have seen in the past from Kanye, he is a black Nazi one minute, he's a record producer the next minute, he's a proud dad and proud husband the next minute, he's a humanitarian one minute. I don't know who he is anymore. And I don't think you can keep up with who Kanye West is. But the world seems to entertain a lot of these personalities that we have that he has exhibited. A lot of these personalities that we have seen from Kanye West. When you entertain that types of stuff, guess what? The person is going to continue that type of behavior because that is how they get their attention. They lash out. So he is lashing out now with this new song called Cousins. And you have to think about it. If he has a new song called Cousins that he is about to drop, that means what? A new album is coming out. And in order for people to pay attention to his music, in order for people to pay attention to him, to his records, guess what? They have to be entertained. And is this not entertaining? For you to come out and say that your cousin who is locked up for deleting someone, unaliving someone, you used to give them fellatio growing up when you were young, when you were 6. That is crazy, because I don't know any 6-year-old who is thinking about doing anything like that. Not to mention your body hasn't even developed yet. So again, Kanye, are you for real, or is this just another stunt that you are coming up with? Just like the stunt when you said that when after Kobe Bryant's death, you went to Kylie Jenner's house, they had Playboys laid out in arm's reach of the children, in arm's reach of the kids. And we all know that the Kardashians have a lot of kids. Yes, they have a lot of children. Now, I'm not the one to speak on these families, these rich families, and how they raise their kids, even though I really don't agree with how they raise their kids, because I could actually see them having magazines like that laying around because they are so hypersexualized, because they are so hypersexualized, because they are so hypersexual, because of what Kim Kardashian is famous for. We all know this. And so if they had Playboy magazines laying around in arm's reach of children, there's no telling what's actually going on in these homes behind closed doors. But that's for another story, because today we are covering Kanye West and his crazy rants, Kanye West and his crazy ideas, Kanye West and his crazy allegations. He is alleging so many things, and in order for him to sell records, guess what Kanye does? He gets in the news, he gets on Twitter, he goes on a rant, he makes allegations, he tells random crazy stories about giving his cousin fellatio at the age of 6 to the age of 14. Now, he actually goes into even say that he believes his cousin unalived that woman because he told his cousin that they could not perform those acts anymore. Now, if you think about it, his cousin just unalived this woman. So it couldn't have been at the age of 14, because we all can clearly see that Kanye West is not 14. And so I even tried to dig into his cousin's history. There is no cousin in sight. I didn't see any articles. I didn't see anything about a cousin that is locked up. So again, where is this mysterious cousin that he was given fellatio to at the age of 6? I could not find him. Maybe you could if you did your research, but I could not find him, because I was going to name that cousin. I was going to bring up that cousin. I just can't find him. And so again, is Kanye West telling the truth about giving his cousin fellatio at the age of 6, or is this just a stunt because he has a new record, because he has a new album coming out, he has a new album dropping, and we all know there is no such thing as bad publicity? True or false? If you can get people to talk about you, then guess what? You're doing a good job, whether it is something bad or whether it is something good. And in this case, we can clearly see that what he is alleging is definitely bad. That is not a good thing at all, especially how he made allegations about his mother, who is no longer here to defend herself. That is disgusting, especially if the allegations are not true. Because again, I was not there, so I cannot say if they were true or not. I cannot say if they are true or not. Only Kanye West and his mother and his sister knows this. But at the same time, I didn't see a story where his sister came out and denied any of those allegations. So is that story true or is that story false? We don't know, because Kanye has bipolar disorder. Kanye West is mentally ill. And if he's not taking his medicine, then guess what? He's going to come up with the wildest and craziest stories ever. Just like this cousin who is nowhere to be found. And I even thought about this, right? While you were watching this video, you might have thought about this too, but if this cousin who he gave fellatio to has not came out at all, he has not tried to blackmail Kanye West, he has not gone to TMZ with this story, because come on, you know you can make a lot of money with this story. You know you can, not to mention if he's doing life in prison. Think about this. His cousin is supposedly doing life in prison. So yes, he would not have anything to lose. Why not come out with the story? Why not come out with the story last year, the year before, 5 years ago? This cousin has never came out with this story. What does he have to hide? What does he have to lose if he came out with the story? And so Kanye just chooses the perfect time to release this story, the perfect time to say that he was giving his cousin fellatio at the age of 6. See, I keep saying fellatio at the age of 6 because it needs to sink into your mind. It needs to sink into your brain as to how a 6-year-old who is not even fully developed yet, who is not sexually competent yet, can see a magazine and then perform those acts on another cousin. I don't believe it. I really don't. And so the many personalities that Kanye may have, that personality may have thought that it did that at the age of 6. It came up with a random crazy story about giving their cousin fellatio at the age of 6 until they were 14. And now y'all decide to drop this story. Now y'all decide to bring this story up. I don't know what's going on in Hollywood, but I do know one thing. Kanye West is sick in the head. And even though he just came out on Twitter after he made the allegations about his cousin, he just came out on Twitter. He just had another rant talking about not being able to see his kids, talking about not being able to see his son. He hasn't seen his son since the beginning of this year. He has not seen his son. He says that Kim Kardashian is keeping the son away from him, which again, it's crazy because now you are coming out with this allegation on Monday, and then on Tuesday you come out with a crazy rant about being a father and not being able to see your kids, and your kids being controlled by the industry and by the Jewish people in the industry and by the other celebrities in the industry based on who they are. That is crazy, because as you can see, Kanye West was one person on Monday, and then he became a totally different person on Tuesday. And this is what we have been experiencing with the artist formerly known as Kanye West. Until next time.
If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content.